So he should, by getting those couple of bunkers, he will be prepared for the. And I mean, the robo still doesn't even mean that it's not a blink colon, because an observer is much easier to keep safe than a mothership core. For that high ground vision. So it's, even though in Heart of the Swarm you don't need to get that observer for a blink all in, it gives you a certain amount of comfort, as it were. He has also seen a handful of, or there are actually a handful of stalkers out already, and there's a warp prism actually, so that's interesting. For parting, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not 4. Yeah, we only have 3 gateways. So this is not going to be a blink all in like Innovation is expecting, but he does have a high stalker count for pre or like at the start of the warp-in cycles. So that he's selling the idea of blink all in, which is working to his favor. Innovation is investing a lot into defending from that sort of play. That is just not going to happen. If a blink all in were coming right now, there should be another 4 gateways at least. He cancels that bunker, so he realizes that it's less likely, or feels that it is less likely. For whatever reason, I guess there hasn't been enough stalker pressure at his front to really say, oh, I need to get this 4th bunker. He's just canceled the bunker in his main, so he's actually going to get a missile turret. Oh wow, surprised he didn't get that already. He's preparing for a DT run buys in the event that should come, and he's gonna keep these 2 bunkers for now, as there is still some pressure at the front. Parting is just gonna look to delay his opponent as much as possible. This drop is going to come in, and it will cause a little bit of chaos, but Innovation shouldn't take too much damage from it, as long as he keeps moving his SCVs around and moves back to deal with it. There's going to simultaneously be more pressure at the front, but the 2 bunkers are there. He doesn't have to worry about it. This is just common Protoss harass to delay the Terran from taking their 3rd as long as possible. Not meant to really kill. It can kill at the lower levels, of course, but anything can kill at the lower levels.
Including probes.
Worker rush into proxy 2 gate. That's when you know they're bad. I can't believe it worked against a silver Terran too. Terrans are supposed to be the best at defending worker rushes because they can heal their SCVs with their own SCVs.
So
and they can also wall. Anyways, Innovation is gonna drop with these 2 medevacs, and Parting is moving back, but he's not really in position yet to defend this. His stalkers are gonna blink into the main, but I'm afraid everything's unloaded now. So I guess it's the race. There is a Colossus in position. So that's definitely going to help. I don't know what Innovation can get done. He might be able to pick off this Colossus. Good force field so far. I think Innovation just has to get out of here before the Stalkers blink under his Medivacs. He fills up both Medivacs. It takes a lot of damage on that one, and it's gonna fall. But the nearly full Medivac does get away, so, I mean, at the end of the day, that wasn't too bad. Everyone's kind of breaking even for what could have happened. Parting keeps his Colossus. Innovation loses a Medivac and a handful of units. Not that bad. It's not like he lost both Medivacs, then he's reset his Medivac count and has no army, and yeah. Big difference, really. Innovation is going to send 2 more Medivacs across. The Proxy Pylon does spot it. Parting should know that there are 3 Medivacs on his side of the map. There's the potential for 3 Medivacs on his side of the map. A single Marine is dropped to deal with this spotter pylon. And there's another spotter pylon and a probe going back home. This War Prism is going to go on patrol and act like an observer for now. And why?
Thank you, Siri.
Why, Siri? Why? So both have gone up to 3 bases. Parting's is a little bit faster due to his delay earlier, but nothing to fret over. Innovation with his mules can catch up.
Prowling's about to go down.
Yeah, and it looks like Parting is going to move his Warp Prism in position for more drops. Innovation does know that there's another Proxy Pylon, so he might look to deal with that, but don't know. Everyone's sort of testing the waters at the moment. These 3 Colossi are very exposed at the moment, but there's not really anything that Innovation has to deal with that at the present moment. These 3 Zealots are going to go and cause more problems. Another pylon will go down, as he expects the other one to be taken care of soon. And he also is going to just want a reinforcement point closer. As I imagine he'll use that Warp Prism wherever it's gone to. Oh, it died. I think. No, it didn't. Where's the Warp Prism?
Not yet dead. I saw it drifting off in the upper left-hand corner of the map.
Oh. He's sent it back home. Okay, so he's not gonna drop at the same time. The Vikings scared it away, I suppose. So Parting is gonna try and get rid of this 3rd. Innovation is gonna have to evacuate because he just doesn't have enough Vikings yet to deal with 3 Colossi. He has 3, but he really needs like 12. He has 4. Or 5. That's better. But he's still okay. He feel Parting doesn't feel like he has enough to buffer for his Colossi, so he's gonna back up. doesn't want to lose Colossi unnecessarily. He's going to start going for a High Templar, which means Storm is going to be a very real threat in the near future. Force Fields go down. Good blink to try and zone out the Vikings and get rid of them if he can, but this is all just going to result to not much of anything, really. Wow, I've been watching too much Doctor Who. That had David Tennant inflections all over it. Anyways. So Storm will be researched. And charge is underway. My favorite upgrade. And yeah. Charge was brilliant in Wings of Liberty. I mean, no one with no mothership core and slower medevacs and no prismatic alignment and what was the Zerg thing that? Oh, Widow Mines is another one. No Widow Mines. So no Widow Mines, no mothership core for photon overcharge, and what was the Zerg thing that didn't exist there that messes with charge? I don't remember now. Oh, Zerg just got better at creep spread, I think is what it is, between now and then. Scarlet revolutionized that. Wow, that is a lot of random pylons on the map. I think Parting and Grubby do a really good job of putting like pylons everywhere, and so it's like they have the vision of Zerg overlords. And you're just like, why are there so many pylons? I can't drop anywhere. And I mean, basically they just keep a probe out on the map and dropping pylons everywhere, and it's very good. It grants them a lot of vision. It keeps them. The one thing they do have to worry about from time to time is being supply capped, but like when the pylons get picked off. But that's kind of why they just keep a probe out somewhere, or two, on occasion. So like between the observers and the pylons, they kind of know everything that's going on.
Maybe they'll try to warp an Aiur itself.
What was that?
Maybe they'll try to warp an Aiur itself.
This warp prism is gonna go in again. It doesn't have anything in it yet, but that obviously doesn't mean much. I'd like to see some storm drops since he has storm now, but obviously he can't do that if he doesn't have anything in the warp prism because it has to accumulate energy. Instead, he's just gonna warp in a plethora of charge lots, and he's gonna try and supply cap innovation for now. That's probably annoying, as that's the one that had stuff. And it's actually, there are actually 2 warp prisms on the map, so that's gonna be a nuisance for innovation as he tries to deal with this. But meanwhile, as these 2, this is actually a very nice strategic play. He's gonna drop in the main, then he's gonna move his other warp prism to threaten the natural, but really all he wants is that the army recedes to deal with these drops so that he can get the map positioning he wants on Innovation's side of the map. This would go very well for him. The only thing to worry about is that there are ghosts and there are Vikings. So technically Innovation has everything he needs to defend. He just needs to get everything where the complication is that Parting has the map positioning that he wants. So the pressure's going to go down at the third now.